So you want to use Google Tasks, the free task management tool for the small business. I'm going to show you how to get started totally for free. First of all, what you're going to do, of course, is to access the actual Google Tasks. Start by accessing the Google Tasks through the perfect website on the Google Task mobile application. You can always go directly into the calendar. So directly here into the calendar.google.com, this is the part where you can get started by creating some tasks. Even if you go directly into your Gmail, you can see the tasks and all the features can be created and check that out into the right part. So if I go here into add on, it could be showing me more tools where I can get started truly for free with the Google Work Space Marketplace. Now I'm going to click here into my tasks, and you can see it's going to be spreading up this sidebar where I can get started with my new tasks. If you open directly the Google Calendar, you can go directly here into all the tasks, and you can see that we can see now the tasks already been, let's say, like a little bit much more big enough. So let's say now that we wanted to get started with creating a task list. This is the part where you want to organize your tasks by creating separate task lists for different projects, categories, or teams within your small business. So to create a new task list, simply click into the tab that said add an actual tab option and give your actual list a name. So we can create in a specific task, or we can get started with creating an actual new list. For example, let's say that I'm going to go for creating a new list, and here this new list, it's say for example only for my marketing team. And now inside the marketing team, I have now this new section where I can get started with adding tasks. So I'm going to go for adding the first tag. And here into my title, let's say I'm going to get started with setting up my very first task. Let's say create a storm idea for a YouTube video. There we go. Now I can create the details. Here into details, I want to describe as much information as I can. And then lastly, we can set up due dates and reminders. You can maximize the productivity by setting due dates, clicked and reminders for your actual task. So once you're clicking here, you can see it's going to be spreading up this new reminder due date. So we can set up a reminder to receive notifications before the task deadline. Let's say, for example, this one is set to be for tomorrow, and the set time is going to go for 9 a.m. or 3 days, and go for OK. So there we go. We have now started with creating an actual task. Now this is the part where you can organize tasks with the subtasks. You can break down complex tasks into manageable subtasks using the Google Tasks subtask feature. So simply what you want to do is to contain a task beneath another task to create a subtask hierarchy and track progress with more effectiveness. I go for the three dots, and in here into my task options, I'm going to go for add a subtask. Inside here, as you can see, you have to set up a budget. But first of all, what I wanted to do inside this setup of the budget, I wanted to get started by analyzing the production breakdown. And now, as you can see, I have now two subtasks. When I create it and I set it up, the mark as completed, all my actual subtasks are going to be defined and prioritized automatically. Lastly, you can prioritize tasks to the focus on what matters the most. You can use the drag and drop functionality to reorder tasks within each of the actual list. So as simple as doing just drag and drop. And based on the importance of the urgency, ensure that you tackle the high priority task first. You can of course try to add this into the start, so you can see all the start into your tasks that are most important for you. And lastly, you can collaborate with team members. Enter the email addresses of the collaboration and grant them permissions to view or edit the task. And that, guys, is how we can get started here with the actual Google Tasks. And much more elements can be done directly here into Google totally for free. So guys, hopefully this was a very useful information for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. This was very useful information for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. There's a lot of information, there's a lot of applications and a lot of features to cover inside the Google Workspace Marketplace. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Hopefully we can all see you into a brand new video.